Howdy! 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 He is on fire! Laptop Kun is dying. Oh my goodness. The network cannot keep up with the... Oh. Let me see if I can downgrade the stream a little bit, you guys. Oh no. Okay, hang on. Oh, we'll do that. Let's drop it 500 and see if we can stabilize. Stabilize! We're attempting to stabilize. Oh! Howdy! Oh no! The network is so bad! Oh goddess, save us. In our hour of need. Oh god. Please save Dee in her hour of need. Ah! Why so small? What happened to me one more time? Oh no. Wait, can I change one more setting? Oh snap. Oh snap. Everything's dying. Oh god, I've forgotten how bad Laptop Kun is. Floaty. Alright, pausing the stream, we'll be right back. We'll be right back. Everything's dying. Hang on. Hang on, I'll be right back. Okay. Can the network hold on now? Are we here? Nope, we're lagging. Okay, hang on. Give it a moment. Why am I so small? What? Okay, did I fix it? I think I fixed it. I think I fixed most of it. Oh my goodness. Imagine that I'm hitting the hype horn. I have no, what's it called? I have no stream deck. No nothing. Only scuff. That's not my normal size. Gumpy, I'm much bigger than that. That's not my normal size. But at least I am moving now. Welcome to... I miss you, cuties. Everything is lagging. Oh god. I think I got it to stabilize. Should be good. The network is not freaking out. Okay. I think we're mostly good. Let's go to the tower before everything crashes again. That's small. Oh my god. Unicronos, shut up. Shut up. I'm not that small. You are all incorrigible. Hang on. Go fishing? No, I want to see you. Shut up. Thank you. The TTS did not trigger itself. I am on fire. Let's go to the tower.
Sphinx tax to stabilize the connection.
Okay, let's see if it worked. I received your TTS now, but it is still freaking out. Let me see. Can I remove anything else? What else can I remove to stabilize? See, right now it's actually the network which is dropping the most frames. Please. The stream should not be dead. It is dropping frames though. Why are you dropping frames? Why? I didn't do anything to the network, I swear. Oh goddess. Please, I just want to see. Okay, let's see if it works now. It's the internet, you guys. I should have ensured that whatever hotel I was staying at was going to guarantee that I had high-speed internet. It is dying. It is on fire, but I'm still going to try because I miss you otherwise. If it drops again, I swear it's just the network crashing. Ugh. Note to self, cuties. In the future, thank you for the headpad. Don't travel and stream unless you can guarantee a wired connection, okay? Oh, and there go my frames. Network, stop it. Network, I'm looking at you. Stop it. What if I pause my background? Will that help at all? Here. Does pausing my background help or hinder? I don't know if it's helping or hindering. Pay for an unlimited hotspot? You know, I do have a little hotspot thing, but it doesn't get fast enough speeds to work for something like this. It doesn't get fast enough speeds. So, I have tried it before. This is why you can't stream from a cabin in the woods. But I wanted to. No. I was just going, why are we dropping frames on loop? Why are we dropping frames? Why are we dropping frames? On loop, on loop, on loop, On loop. Did I freak out the stream again? Wait, my mic is peaking a lot. I can hear it. It shouldn't be peaking. No! Hang on. Let me toss a limiter on here. Limit. -6. Okay, down there at the bottom of the stack. How about now? Oh, but now it's not picking me up at all. How about now? Is this good? Did that fix it or no? Is it mic? I'm using my travel mic. At least it's not like a, what's it called? Okay, at least it's not like an Xbox headset mic. we're at least a little better than Xbox headset mic. How you? Hi. I'm not too good. I came out to the mountains to try and get away from big loud noises and be in a nice, like, quiet space. And I have not achieved that yet. So I'm trying. I'm doing my best. What's that? What are you saying, Jedi? Yeah, we're here scuffing from the wilderness. No! The internet here is very bad. Here, what if I turn this off? What else can I turn off so that it won't freak out the network? The internet here is very bad. I need to ensure. What was that? This is not the week for quiet noises. I was hoping to get some peace and quiet in the mountains, but that did not happen. Oh no. Can you not drop my frames, please? Here, wait. Let me untunnel. I'm about to do a danger. Can you not? Can you please? Please work. Please work, you piece of crap. I'm so scuffed. We're trying. We're trying. Can I connect yet? How about now? Oh. How about now? Are we? Please let me connect. So, note to self, the next time you travel and try to do a stream, ensure you have high-speed internet or you won't be able to do anything. I just want to see you. And I can't. I'm scuffing so hard. I missed you guys though. The internet is very spotty, so you get PowerPoint D on my crappy travel microphone with very slow movements. Daily D cannot happen because it will not let us. It's a big stupid jerk. The internet here is very bad. The network out in the mountains is very bad. You would think that being closer to the atmosphere, you would get a better satellite adjacent connection. But no, you don't. It's worse in the mountains. So when I travel next, I'll have to bring a better something. Reminds you of Microsoft Teams? Here, wait, can I turn my cabin back on? There we go. It's not screwing with the rendering anymore. It's just the network. You say satellite internet isn't normally fast, but honestly, it depends on which provider and which satellites you're connecting to, and if it's directly overhead. No, I'm on hotel internet. I mean, I wouldn't really call this place a hotel. It's like It's like a wannabe lodge. I have pictures. I wanted to share pictures with you guys, but I can't upload them because my connection is so spotty. It is a budget lodge. Like, there's some places in the main part of the lodge, it's not a resort. There's some main parts of it that are really nice. There's a little fireplace, and there's lots of sunny areas to just hang out in. But aside from that, there's not much. I want to show you the lodge. So how about this, cuties? When I come back from my trip, I will have to show you the pictures of the lodge and the surrounding mountainous area. Ugh. Rune, I wish it was a nice place to unplug and relax. I've been nothing but nerves. Honestly, the drive in was the best part right now because I am making my friends listen to a Kotar. We're listening to a Kotar together. I'm forcing them all to enjoy my favorite book now. Okay, so today I asked my friendos to go on a hike with me. I said I wanted to go hiking. And that was after I had said there are multiple hiking trails right by the hotel. It's not really a hotel. I should call it the wannabe lodge. I saw all these trails. They're like 5 minutes away from the hotel. 5 minutes away. They're very close. I could have walked to them. I should have walked to them. One of my friends has been to this area before. And they were like, oh, we should go to this place that I went to in my childhood. I think you'd like it. I have very fond memories of this place from when I was 6 years old. And I was like, what is this place? And they're like, yeah, it's, guys, I don't even know what the name of this place is. It was some kind of park, but it was not hiking. There were trails, yes, but the place was definitely like a historical and entertainment-based community park. Half of it is a historical reenactment, like old wild American West with like pony rides. It's very touristy. And I'm sitting here thinking, I really wanted to go on a hike. This is not a hike. There are so many people here. There are so many screaming children. There's so many crowds. There's everyone and their dogs and their screaming kids. I absolutely get why my friend had great memories here when they were like 6 years old, because it is nothing but small children coded and definitely was not for D. Guys, I was so triggered. Oh no! I killed the network. I killed the network by being triggered. Oh. Hang on. The network died again. Please come back. Please come back. Please. Please. Oh God. The network is dropping again. No. Curse this hotel adjacent internet. Ah. Please. Please work. Please work. It's because I talked about being triggered. The internet basically told me I will have none of that on my Christian Minecraft server. Oh, hopefully it's back now. The network hates me. Oh my goodness, please. Hotel adjacent internet, please. Stop this. You need to find an internet pun, but okay, that's a good one. Thank you. The kind of place would... Yeah, thank you, Lilith. I was immediately into fight mode. All the people were crowding around D. There were people everywhere, and my friends were like... They were either walking really slowly in front of me or right off to my side, so I couldn't move around the groups. Oh, it was not a fun place for me when all I needed was peace and quiet. We're kind of back. Hopefully. Curse this hotel adjacent internet. I wonder if I could... Hang on. I wonder if I can connect and remove one thing from the internet. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. We'll make do. Ew, crowded social spaces, yes! It is a no-tell. It's not a hotel. It's a no-tell. Yeah, so this was already a bad day for D. And I was already really triggered. And I just wanted some peace and quiet and nature. And that's what I thought I would get to do today. I went and got a new swimsuit because I forgot my swimsuit. There's lots of hot springs around here too. So my thought was, oh, we could maybe go to the hot spring and maybe soak a bit. And I could do something very relaxing on an otherwise very stressful kind of day. But I was also down for hiking. Yeah, I'm hoping to swim and soak. Like, after I stream today, I'm going to go swimming in the no-tell. We'll call it the no-tell pool. It's an awkward pool, though. You have to walk in your swimsuit through the main lobby, parade yourself in front of people, and then get to the pool. Why did they put it in such a weird spot? Oh my goodness. You know where they went. Where did you go? Where'd you go? Socially unacceptable to punch and kick your way out of a group of elderly people and children because they're cutting you off. Lilith, I feel this in my veins, in my blood. Ugh. The internet here hates me. Become Raisin? I will become Raisin. Yeah. But so, my friends wanted to share a hello and welcome to D. I'm PowerPoint D from the mountain adjacent era right now. I'm gonna have to bring a towel and parade myself in my cute new swimsuit in front of the people in the lobby. I've never been to one where you had to walk through the main hall. Usually, where I stay, there's like a changing room by the pool. Oh, I mean, the space is okay. The weather has been nice. The sun is blazing and there's no shade. As much as I enjoy the mountains, I would much rather be in a tree-covered mountain area. I think that is where I'd like to be. It's a very cute swimsuit. I forgot my normal swimsuit. Well, I guess I have two. And every time I travel, I forget to put one in my suitcase. It's so dumb. So, once again, I have forgotten my suits and I have to get a new one. So, this new one it's like a golden brown color, but it's a little more reddish. It's got like golden thread in it. I'll take a picture. And it's got little beads on the sleevey things, the little strappy boots. How do I even? how do I even describe them? But I thought it was cute. And I got a bottom that had like a built-in sarong on the skirt bit. It was very cute. So, it cute. It cute, that's what's important. You don't like how noisy the day is? Oh my goodness, yeah. What I used to do when I wasn't traveling is I would put on noise canceling headphones and I would play games with people. Honestly, I think that's what I might do next year. Toss on some noise canceling headphones. I need to get a good pair. Maybe one of you cuties could recommend a pair of noise canceling headphones for me? I could do that and then we could play games together. I think I would like that a lot. Gold or blue? The beads are multiple colors. There's like pink, yellow, blue. And the tie-on tops keep a... Yeah, see, I used to, Lilith. I used to keep a tie... I used to keep a swimsuit in my suitcase, and I just took it out when I was cleaning my suitcase last. I travel a lot. Welcome and thank you for the follow. You are unfortunately here for PowerPoint D checking in from the mountain. So I have very crappy internet. I'm fighting the internet to be with you. The internet here is so bad. Stop keeping me from my cuties, you bad connection. I'm about ready. A picture of the suit? Oh yes, it is very cute. I only pick cute stuff. I asked one of my friends for their opinion, but they were very, very obviously just trying to get the hell out of the store. Yeah, this bikini, I only wear 2 pieces. It's rare that I find a 1 piece that I can fit in comfortably. And this is just because I have a very short torso and I'm very curvy. So it just works out better for me to have 2 pieces that I can adjust. Will Cat D be redeemed? It was a redeem, Tails, but not today. As you can see, we're barely able to stream. It would not work today, okay? Holiday with friends means social obligations. Yeah, we are disconnecting on and off because the no-tell hotel wannabe lodge's internet is very bad. Only one person has found the 1 piece. It is indeed. Okay, that's good. That's good. Thank you for watching D even in 160p. So today we were trying to figure out what to do. D got a new swimsuit. The food here was not so good. We had an awkward breakfast. I can't wait to show you pictures and tell you about awkward Cracker Barrel experience. And then I have pictures that I took of the hiking trail, wannabe trail, when I had brain power left to take pictures. But I was struggling today, cuties. Today is a rough day for D, and I was already in a space where it was easy for me to be triggered. And I said I wanted to go hiking. And friendos really wanted to share this place that, like, they had been to in their childhood. So normal, Crackle. Oh, you absolutely can picture D's model. It'd be cute. It'd be cute. You remember when I was a small blob?
Head punch for D.
It's true. Well, thank you, Tiger Fox. I appreciate that. I didn't want to ruin their childhood memories. Boop. But, like, I said I wanted to go hiking. And then they were like, oh, let's go to this place. And I had just told them that there are still, like, 4 hiking trails south of where we're staying. They're super close. And I had Google mapped it in front of them. I should have... I love my friends, but they are not the most attentive friends. And they are a little on spectrum. It's hard for me to remember that I need to be hyper-specific sometimes. And even more so when I'm in a triggered headspace. For me to remember I need to say not just, I want to go hiking. There are nearby hiking trails. I needed to be extra specific with my friendos and say, I want to be in a quiet, secluded, outdoor hiking trail. Probably one from these 3 close by the hotel, no-tell, wannabe lodge. I have to remember to say these things because if I'm not hyper specific, they won't understand. Sometimes it's easier to travel by yourself. I don't really like traveling alone because it's also a little more dangerous. Dee can definitely take care of herself, but it's nice to have friends. It's just when I'm already in a triggered headspace, it's hard to keep stuff together. It's hard to keep it together when I want to spend time with friends and I need to communicate extra specifically for them. Thank you, Super Tiger Fox. That means a lot to Dee. I was hoping today would be very restful and quiet and something that I could use to step away from all the noise, but it was very triggering. So it was hard. I did a hard thing today. And after stream, I'm going to use my cute new swimsuit and I'm going to go swim because putting my head underwater would have been a better idea for today. I should have insisted on doing something more relaxing. I should have spoken up when they started driving like 10 minutes out of town. I should have spoken up, but my brain said, "Oh, they know the area. Maybe they know another hiking spot." Since I said I wanted to go hiking, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I want to go hiking too." Garden of the Gods, that's what it's called. Garden of the Gods was the place they took us. I should have, but like we have one vehicle and I'm kind of trapped with them. Like we all have to go somewhere or we all don't go somewhere. Ugh. It sounds pushy. I don't know. After a while, I get tired of being the one making all of the decisions, and it's already I am at maximum capacity for my brain. Like, I'm trying to stay sane and sociable and be present on a day that I know triggers me quite a bit. So this is a hard kind of day. And I still need to be present and I still need to be in control and I still need to... What's it called? I still need to tell everyone what to do, is what it feels like. But just once. In the future, I hope I get to go on a trip where I don't have to be so hyper specific and I can turn my brain off. How varied the idea of camping is. It's true, when I think camping, I think a big Sibley Bell tent or other tent in the woods with a sleeping bag, all of my hiking gear, maybe if we're being fancy, a cooler with hobo meals. We build a fire, maybe we bring a camp shower, maybe we camp somewhere there is a shower. Yeah, I don't mind roughing it in the woods. There's some really cool hammock style camping things that you can get. Are they called tree style? Tree style, I think, is what they're called. Tree style tents, TREESTILE. They're literally tents that you suspend in midair. They're super cool. I used them once. Thank you, I appreciate the hugs. I used them once, tree-style tents, with a bunch of people I used to rock climb with. I went on a rock climbing trip, and basically the canyon we were climbing in had bears in it. And we made these tents, and we anchored them up in a group of thick trees. So it was like 3 different long, well, how do I explain? They're not bungee cords, but they're like long cords that hold the base down, and they're all attached to trees. And then there's a ladder that goes down in the base from one tree style tent to the next. So we were a ladder of these tents scaffolded up a bunch of trees in the side of a canyon. It was very cool. And then there was just a little tent in the middle of this like triangular pod. It was quite comfortable and very cool. Hobo meals. Hobo meals are something that you prep before you go camping. So you take like chopped up vegetables. Sometimes you can pre-cook them a little. Chunks of meat, and I usually use butter or oil and anything you would want to make a sauce out of. And you put it all in like aluminum foil and you freeze it. And then what you do is you take the frozen packets and you shove them under the coals. And you cook them while you're on a camp out. And they cook while you're doing other things. So like 10 to 20 minutes later, it's defrosted, it all cooks up, and it's just easy wrappable meals that you cook on the fly. I don't know why we call them hobo meals. I should ask my sister why we call them hobo meals. I don't know. My favorites are still to get, like, bring a tiny cooler and do bacon, eggs, and fried fruit for breakfast, and some, like, good crunchy breads. That and cheese is my favorite camping meal. The adventurer's basics. Yeah, packet meals. It sounds wrong, but camping just makes things delicious. Oh man, my favorite camp out foods are coal roasted sweet potatoes, and then campfire coffee. Campfire coffee, where you get all the grounds in your coffee. Thank you for the song. Oh my god, look, my alerts are frozen. Oh. Will TTS pick you up? Will we get a Bemis? In 1,000 years, we'll get a Bemis. Chewy coffee. Hobo meals on the weekend? Yeah, you pop them in the oven. They're so easy to make. They're so good. Used to have that coffee in the army? Hell yeah, Chlorojets. That's one of the reasons it brings D to a happy mental place. So, welcome first time chatter. Normally I would give you a much more warm welcome. D has disappeared right now to the mountain adjacent area. My internet and my PC setup is all travel laptop kun, so it's very low tech. But I'm actually disappeared to the mountains because I have fireworks induced trauma. I was active duty in the army for 8.5 years, and then in the reserves, and I deployed to 2 separate locations. I was in Afghanistan and I was in Qatar. So for the rest of my service homies who do not do well on today, I am hoping that unlike D, yeah, PTSD. Hopefully all of you are able to get to enjoy peace, quiet, and calm somewhere. And if you can't, may you enjoy turning on your sound dampening headphones and playing Helldivers or Final Fantasy 14 online. You're in the Air Force Reserves? Ayo, Mobile Jad. You, oh my god, 16 years? You mad lad. You mad lad. I deployed with a joint force for Project Odin. So we were there as part of combined operations. That was Air Force, Army, Marines, SODF, and then UN forces. They were amazing to work with, and I still keep in touch on and off with a lot of them. War bonds people, trauma bonding. We have a lot of cool stories, but we have a lot of scary ones too. And 4th of July has a lot of interesting implications for me. Having grown up primarily in the United States, it was weird for me to go downrange because the 4th of July, when you're a kid, it's just fun fireworks. It's loud, pretty lights, and it's amazing to witness. When I stepped off of the Chinook and we were in our first base, oh man, that was after an interesting day of riding an armored bus and being live fired at while we were making our way to Afghaniland. We landed and it was the dead of night, and I remember looking up at the sky as a SAM went off. So there was a surface-to-air missile defense system that went off on the base, and it was going tuk 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 tuk. It's the sound that it makes, and I just see these bright red lights shooting across the sky, and my brain goes, "Ooh, fireworks!" And then, like in that moment, I'm like, "Wait a minute, ooh, firework! Hold up." And then 2 seconds later, I get tackled by a sergeant
Putt for D.
who goes, "First time down, sergeant." And I'm like, "Yes, sergeant." And he's like, "There ain't no fireworks. Welcome to the battlefield." It was funny. And it happened again to another soldier like 2 weeks later, and I was the one to tackle them and shout, "First time down range." And they're like, "Yep." They're like, "Welcome to the battlefield, soldier." So this was a common thing, and this is what's so scary about being raised in an environment where fireworks are the norm. When you are subject to an environment where these things are deadly, you've been conditioned to look at them with fun, wonder, and amazement, and it was very unhealthy. So I have that drilled into my brain now because it was raining shrapnel after that. That was a very scary point, and it was the beginning of my deployment. Oh man. 4th of July was the scariest thing ever being downrange. Someone let it slip to the lovely forces that we were trying to, I guess, combat in the region. It's so awkward in Afghaniland because we were there trying to keep the peace so that diplomatic relations could ensue. We did a lot of community work with like local, they weren't villages, they were bigger than villages but not quite like cities or towns. We did a lot of work with the locals. They came and they traded on base, and we had some good relationships with a lot of the local folks. But there were still people who hated us being there, and we were constantly trying to keep people from hurting other folks. But on 4th of July, someone let it slip that, oh, thank you for the boop. Someone let it slip that the 4th of July was something that we celebrated in the Americas. It was multiple little houses out in the not so desert but arid regions. And on the 4th of July, they decided to give us their own fireworks show. And I will leave it at that. It was It was a very scary experience to be a part of, but we were all trained to survive. The scariest part of the 4th of July, though, was that one of my friends... Thank you for the follow. I would normally give you a little bit more of a welcome, but I am out in the mountains, and my setup is on Laptop Kun, who is dying in a fire right now. He is trying his best. Laptop Kun is struggling. The struggle bus is his existence. But yeah, while we were there, one of my friends, we had been going to the like, it's not really a gym, but the workout facility together while we were downrange. Setup is on laptop. No, the network is dying again. Laptop Kun is doing his best to try and stay alive for us, and I'm trying to talk a little slower in hopes that I don't get cut out as much. Ooh, we're struggling. No, because it's not an encoding issue, it's the network. Next time I travel, I'll make sure that I have a source of high-speed internet. Hi, honey buns, welcome to D. Laptop Kun is doing his best, but the network here is atrocious, and it dies every, like, 20 minutes or so. Mostly fine, just a few hiccups. Okay, now and then the network is just freaking out. High-speed internet in this wannabe hotel, wannabe lodge, my butt. But so the 4th of July was very scary during my deployment because one of my friends that I had been working on doing PT more with, he had insisted, oh, that's just fine, honey buns. I appreciate you, honey. We are going to be on a little hiatus until Tuesday of next week, okay? Because I am on my first trip ever in like over 3 months. So I hate to be like, hi, welcome to my community. And then I'm not going to see you for like 4 days. Peace out. Have a good one. But I promised I would take a break. I'm telling my military stories because the 4th of July is scary for D, and sometimes talking about it makes it feel better. I'm not leaving forever. Shut up. I am coming back. I am coming back. You can't get rid of me. I'm coming back. So, the 4th, while I was deployed, was a scary night where I'll just call them our bad guys. They're not really bad guys. Everyone has their reasons, but I digress. They decided to give us their own fireworks show. Right before everything went off. And when I say went off, I mean went off. We were pelted with mortar fire and rockets for a good 3 hours. It was one of the longest nights I remember from being downrange. Thank you for the sub, Jagan! A break doesn't scare you. Oh, thank you. I appreciate you, honey. Thank you. So we were doing a check-in, and one of our warrant officers was making sure everyone was accounted for. They're like, has anybody seen Willis? Has anyone seen Willis? And I was like, yeah. Yeah, I've seen Willis. He was going to the gym. I told him not to. And he was like, hey, D, you coming with me? We going to the gym, right? We going to the gym. And I was like, bro, it's the 4th of July. We all know what's going to happen tonight. Don't go. And he's like, nah, man, I got a PT test coming up. I got to keep my gains up. And I was like, bro, please get in your bunker. You really shouldn't be out there. He went anyways. And I was like, Chief, he said he was going to the gym. I told him not to go. We got that PT test coming up in like a week, so he wanted to make sure he was ready for it. And Chief was like, we already checked with the gym. He didn't check in there. And then we heard the first of the mortars that hit close to where we were bunkered go off. Oh, looks like it caught up with you, cutie, and your Sphinx tax. Thank you for the hype train. So, we heard the first of the blasts go off right outside us. Apparently they had been going from further down the base and coming closer and closer to where we were staying. And so Chief was like, D, do you know the way that he would have taken? And I'm like, absolutely. He goes, suit up. So I did. Took me less than a minute, and I threw on the rest of my battle rattle, and me and my warrant officer, we just bolted out of the bunker. That was the scariest night because everywhere around me was bright orange and red, smoke all over the place, and we were ducking from little, like, we have these little, they're like mini bunkers along the road between big, highly defensible buildings. They were, like, call them a mini bunker, but they were like little tunnels with sandbags and concrete. And it's not like in the movies.
Headbutt for D.
It's different. The smoke is not as big and billowing, but it stings your eyes and your nose. You can barely breathe, and every explosion that goes off is smaller than what you've seen in the movies, but each explosion carries with it a rain of these tiny little metal shards. The train is... there's no running gear. It's a magical train, Charlie. Magical train on its way to Candy Mountain. Yeah. And it was running into mortar fires, though. We walked into them. It was not fun. We ducked from the mini shelters on our way to there's this giant, basically it was, they poured concrete over this old hangar and they bunkered it down, and that's where we had like our gym stuff. That was our fake PT location. On our way there, right outside, it looked like he had tried to dive into one of the mini bunkers along the road. We saw feet sticking out, and like I just remember everything was lit up like it was a hazy orange glow, like old street lamps is a good way to put it. And we saw his feet sticking out, and I was like, I saw he and D had these little, we put these stupid little beads on our boot laces because we were a bunch of weirdos. I can't even remember why we put them there, but I saw the beads on the strap on the top of his boot sticking out, and I was like, that's him, Chief, that's him. And he's like, grab his effing boots, D. So we did, and we hauled him into a bunker. He was unconscious, and we triaged him on the spot. His legs were absolutely blown to shreds. He had a concussion that was easy enough to gently bandage, and I tourniqueted the crap out of his leg because the moment I saw that his pant legs were torn, I was like, and that's shrapnel. Oh, yay. We did the best we could, and then I grabbed the feet, and we have these little straps on the back of our vests. Chief hooked the strap from his vest. I hooked it onto the back of Chief so that he could basically leverage his back onto himself, and we went together from low bunker to low bunker, bringing him back to safety, or place that was safer during the 4th of July. And we radioed for medic while we were running, told them that we found him, and medic met us like 5 minutes after we got into the main bunk, and we were like, everybody get out of the way, somebody get us a clean towel if you can. And we tried to start picking some of the bigger shrapnel out and opening up the areas so that the medics could get at it easier. We couldn't get him to force swallow. We've got like a little medical pill pack that you're supposed to take. And it's got a whole bunch of stuff that's like antibacterial, anti-infection sort of thing. We couldn't get him to take it because man was completely unconscious. So you don't force feed someone pills if you don't think you can get them to safely swallow. Medics came over and they're like, dang, who did these tourniquets? These are good. And Chief slapped me on the back and he's like, that was Dee. She's the best non-medic trained medic we got. was hilarious. I tried too hard at everything, and they were like, we'll take it from here. He ended up getting airlifted to Germany so that he could recover in a hospital, but several months later, like, the shrapnel, they just couldn't get it all. And we we kept in touch with him throughout the rest of our deployment, because he didn't get to come back. He was too badly hurt. He didn't get to come back. And what was it? 3 months later? No, it was less than that. It was like mid-August, so it wasn't even a month later. They had patched him up as best as they could. It felt longer. Time downrange slows the hell down. About mid to late August, we got the news that he had passed. I just kept thinking, man, if I'd only pushed him to not go and try and get his gains for the stupid PT test. Wouldn't be surprised with the reason the beats, so I can tell which feet are mine. Nah, we did it for some stupid nerdy reason, and we all had different colored beads. It was me, Willis, and 5 of the other guys that we ran a mission with. Yeah. War sucks. You know, I had those beads. They used to be on my luggage, but then on a trip, I want to say it was 4 years ago or something, the guys that were manhandling my luggage, they broke my little bead strand off, and I don't have them. But I do have one of his dog tags. So I was still deployed and getting ready to come back when we heard the news. Apparently he talked to his mom a lot about me and our 4 other friends that we had a bunch of shenanigans with on the regular. So she sent me one of his dog tags. War is hard stuff. And I can't look at fireworks the same. I can't hear them and think, ooh, pretty, like I used to. I can't look at them with childish whimsy, and I wish I could. Thank you, I will hydrate. I wish I could. I wish I could step out of that headspace of, I hear these sounds and I see those colors, and it takes me back to a sad place. It would make a beautiful anime. Well, it's funny that you say that. When I came back from deployment, I was participating in my first LARP ever. And that's actually how the character D was made. I used D to help me, what's the word? Like, put a fantastical spin on deployment. And, yeah. And the name D was given to D by another one of my military friends who introduced D to this chapter that I LARPed with. Those of you who were here for my mini stream where I talked about my big goals. Oh heck yeah, it was wonderful escapism. I literally went so far as to write up a super parody version of D experiencing deployment and going on a mission, to the point where I was scripting if I were to turn it into an anime, and I used like Beauty and the Beast. I used the what is it called? The little town opening in Beauty of the Beast to show D waking up and walking through this bazaar. Little town, it's a quiet bazaar. And every day, unlike the one before, walking by tents and the sun coming over the hill and a few camels over here and there. Little town full of what is it, like bright-robed people getting up to say Sabah al-khair, Sabah al-khair, Sabah al-noor. And I went and I did a whole little bit with that where I wrote it all down, and I made like a fantasy adventure that cataloged the different flights and missions we went on. It was you remember reading the news about people complaining? You know, I would much rather see a drone show, because then you get cool LED lights and you get way more neat things. I don't know. I made a whole thing, and this story will continue here. I wove some of the original D lore into this character, but so those of you who were there for my big goal stream, I said that one of the goals that I don't know if it's achievable, but it's still important to me, is there is somebody that I want to find. So one of the buddies that came back, he was part of that group of 5. We had a big group of 12, and in this group of 12, we were all wannabe CrossFitters. There was 5 of us that were giant nerds. And then the other 7 were a mishmash of either NCOs, people who were trying to get into D&D downrange, and just dudes. It was a wonderful group, and we all had our favorite fake workout of the day, or our WOD, for CrossFit. Something we used to do together was like, oh, will the TTS work? It's trying. I see you. It's trying so hard. No. Here, I'll be the TTS. I'll be the DTS. No mushy or saccharine pep talks from me. Just a genuine message that I'm here for you, and I'm glad you're still here today. Heart. Thank you, Super Tiger Fox. I appreciate you. Thank you. But so what happened was, he and I, one of these buddies, we had 12 of us in all in our little fake CrossFit group. And when we came back from deployment, all of our buddies in the Air Force were like, so have you guys started group therapy yet? We were like, group therapy? No, we're Army. They literally told us shut up and go back to work. Like, you don't have PTSD, do you? You don't have PTSD, do you? You don't have feelings, do you? They tell us shut up and go back to work. Oh no, it's not gonna work. Here, I'll be the DTS. Ice Phoenix says, D is an amazing person. You're too sweet. And so we came back and we were like, no, bros. And they're like, well, we're all doing like a joint unit, like group therapy. We have to go to it like every week. So maybe y'all should be doing that too. Cause you guys went through the same stuff we did. And we were like, my beautiful airmen, I appreciate you. However, they will not let us have that. But thank you anyways. Ito Kato says, D, I'm sorry you had to go through these unthinkable experiences, but, and I can't speak for everyone, I do enjoy hearing the stories, and it helps to talk about them, and I'm proud of you for all that you have done. And then this is Syrexy Hot, Ratsky Love, Dida A to Hot, Dida A to Hug, Apache Hugs, a Mookie Hug, Chat, the virtual hug. How's my DTS? Is that good? Thank you, Kito Kato. Yeah, talking about it helps. Talking about it helps. How often did the Marines eat all the crayons? We didn't get crayons. I was so upset about that. We didn't get to do arts and crafts. The most I got to do was I got into Zumba while I was deployed, because we had this little bunker hut that they turned off all the lights, and they had these like disco light things in the corners of the room, and we did fake Zumba, but it was just a massive dance party. It was a lot of fun. There's no deadly neurotoxin will be released. So, finish story. Out of this group of 12, 5 of us were giant nerds. The other 7 were just my bros, my homies, and my other sisters. Not my, like, B and GG, but, like, my army sisters. And we lost a good bunch of them while we were downrange. And from this group, we had something we called the Sweat to Remember that we used to do every summer in mid-July, and if we couldn't get to it, then it was in the end of August. We would do a little grill out, and we would do 12 hours of all of their favorite Vods. That was just like a little hat tip. We remember you, homie. Breathing while talking to sound more robotic. Breathing while I can't inhale. How do I inhale like this? Former military, yeah.
Look at
What? We want. Hi, Suzuka, cutie bat. How are you doing? So when we got back, we didn't get our prescribed group. We didn't get our prescribed group therapy like our Air Force comrades did. We were just going through life, and so my friendo, he said, you should try LARPing with me. And I was like, there's a LARP here? I had LARPed in my final few years of university, and I loved it. And he was like, yeah, you're coming with me. So he introduced me to a local chapter, and he was the one who helped me come up with the character D. He was part of my group of 5 nerds, part of the Big 12, and several months after we redeployed home, things just started to go downhill for him, and you could tell that something was wrong. And then one day he just went AWOL. We have no idea what happened to him. Nobody knows. He just disappeared one day. And one of my weird VTubing goals is, because he was also an anime nerd like D is, and I feel like he and D were anime adjacent enough that he probably got into VTubing or he knows about VTubing. Maybe if D gets big enough, maybe I can reach him somehow. Maybe he fled to another country. Maybe he just disappeared and decided to assume his vagabond identity. I don't know if he's still around, but if I can find him, then I'd love to. I would love to let him know that I'm still here, that I still remember.
Headbutt for D.
And that this character that he helped bring to life definitely helped keep D sane. There's not a lot of people that I can comfortably talk to about deployment stuff without... I don't want to say like the rage turns on, but I get angry, I get upset, and I feel so... what's the word? Misunderstood. And even with fellow military folks, we all have our differing opinions on what it's like to be deployed and what it's like to return from deployment. Some of my military brethren are not so kind about people who went through deployment and came back with these scars. They're like, what? You got PTSD from that? I went and I did something 3 times as hard. No, I didn't. Yeah, it's all a big, oh, but my trauma is bigger than your trauma sometimes. Not everyone. But it's hard to be comfortable talking about these things. And I know that there's not a lot of people who have an outlet for these thoughts, for these terrible things that they experienced. I did my time, and I did my prolonged exposure therapy, where they're like, let's find the most traumatic thing that you experienced while you were deployed, and you're going to talk about it every single day, over and over again, for 12 weeks. That is literally what prolonged exposure is. It was not pretty. And they're like, you should have a support system at home that you tell this stuff to, that they can learn how to help you calm down and relax. And I was like, I'm supposed to have a support system at home who can help me? No. It's hard to deal with this stuff. And even after going through things like that, making a trauma pee-pee contest. It is easier to... I don't think any trauma is ever 100% easy or something you will ever 100% get over. But I do believe that trauma gets less painful because you become stronger. You look at it and you can look at it with like the perspective of, this really sucks and this hurts, and it's okay that it hurts you sometimes. But you can have that perspective that it's okay to feel like crap. It's okay. And I hope that you have people in your space that make it feel okay to feel that way. And if you don't, hi homie, I'm right here. You'd think I'd be here if I had a support system. Sometimes we just need people to communicate with across the internet, to know that in our small local world of existence, there are more people who are feeling things similar to you. You are not alone in thinking this stuff sucks. You guys get to be a part of it by hearing my stories. What you do with those stories is entirely up to you. But maybe, just maybe, you can use this as a source of strength for yourself. Are there any fireworks that are D-safe? Oh, that's a great question, Darlarian! There are fountains. I love sparkler fountains and the little, like, wand sparklers. Those are so much fun for D. Or the weird ones that are like the growing snakes. You light them on fire and they go and then they grow and they twirl up. Or smoke bombs, because the colored smoke bombs, I had a LARP that we took colored smoke bombs to, and they let us use them for an event to simulate actual smoke magic. It was fun. The non-boom kind. I mean, honestly, there are some boom kinds that don't trigger me because I hear them and I go, that's a firework. That's not actual machine gun fire. That's not a mortar. It doesn't sound like live fire. But then there are ones that really do, and they get you. They trigger me in the sound sensors. My ear feelers. UK folks better accepting people do need help. Yeah, that is what we found, at least from the SOTF guys that we deployed with. They were so chill. Also, US, don't mess with the EU. They're so much better trained than we are. And they're trustworthy enough that these men and women got to drink while we were downrange. They do not trust the Army, Marines, or Air Force to drink while we're deployed. These folks were trustworthy enough to get to go to the pub after every mission. It's wild. And they got up the next day and did a smashing good job. Complaining about everything that sucks is the British national pastime. Honestly, okay, so for real, I did both airborne and ground-based operations when I was deployed, and while I was air support, I had some really cute nicknames. So please don't dox me if you were in one of my units, but I had some really cute nicknames. I was either Curly Fry or I was my Sky Angel because I would sing to them over the radio. If we had, what's it called? If we had too much downtime and we were waiting for the go, we were waiting for the go to send our troops into either, we were breaking down a door on an HVT, we were trying to apprehend someone peacefully, they'd be like, hey, can I be like, so they'd say our aircraft number, and then they'd call my station, but then be like, can we get a Sky Angel special down here? I'd be like, what you looking for? And they'd give me a genre, and I would just give them some acapella over the radio with 30-second breaks for other people who wanted airtime. And I'd do it on a different channel so we didn't clog up the airways. It was fun. How Curly Fry came about? Because the first time that we... Does it work? Let's see, did the TTS decide to work? Nope, TTS said nope, so I'll be your DTS. Injoma says, I am an amazing and beautiful being with a gorgeous voice. You should all follow, and if you can, subscribe for my amazing content. Government provided military radio so everyone can hear me on. Time to start. No! Okay, it happened on accident. There's a story. Let me tell you Curly Fry, and then let me tell you why the Sky Angel started. So Curly Fry, the Defense Travel Service, but it's also DTS, the DTTS system. The Curly Fry started because there were very rare opportunities where we were not working that we got to like dress down, and it was at this point that the military had finally let females run and do PT in a ponytail, and we didn't have to wear the bun at all periods of time. So I left my curly hair in a ponytail, and my first day into, it was like it's not a gym, but I'll call it a gym. It was that gym bunker that my buddy Willis was on his way to when, you know, what happened during the 4th. But in that gym facility, one of the members of my group of 12 homies came up to me and went, D, what the crap is this? And they took a hand and they just open palm, started flapping, like smacking my ponytail. You got curly hair? What are these little ringlets? And they would like, I have little springy ringlets. My hair curls like in baby doll curls naturally, so they're very springable. They're like, can I spring it? And I'm like, you're already springing it. Why are you asking if you can spring it? Your hand is literally in my hair. He's like, oh my god, these are so cute. Did you see this? Did you see this? Bring, get over here. Do you know you got curly hair? What is this crap? Is it all curly? What is this? He was so excited. And then he started telling everyone about it because there's no gossip downrange. So the smallest thing that happened, everyone knew in like a matter of an hour because they needed something to talk about. They were bored. So next day at the Cigar and Gun Club, they're like, so D, I heard you a regular curly fry, can we see? And I was like, you mean you want me to take my bun down when I'm doing PT only? It's out of regs otherwise. They convinced me to take my bun out one day, and I undid my bun, and the moment they did that, who is it? One of the tech sergeants, one of the Air Force tech sergeants walked by and he's like, dude, that's out of regs, that's out of regs. And he like crab walks up and he's like, but I want to see because I heard you had curly hair. That's so funny. So this passed around and then they started calling me Curly Fry. You guys, it's out of regs, but I want to see, so show me. It was ridiculous. A bunch of dorks. And so, how did Sky Angel happen? So, on a very, 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 very rare rainy day in Afghaniland, because the base we're at is in like a basin. It's surrounded by mountains all over the place. And yeah, the crab walk, Isla actually illustrated this perfectly the other day, where she's like, you know the crab pose, where you squat down, you squat down, and then you approach someone with your crab hands up in the air. It was exactly that. That is what happened. But so, what done happened was, on a very rare rainy day, deployed in Afghaniland, we were experiencing the inability to do airborne operations, and the flight deck was a shared flight deck. Basically, there was a big desk that everyone would check out at before we hit up the airfield. And, oh yes, perfect for flash floods. And so we had to be at the ready for a mission, but also we couldn't go anywhere because it was raining, like, all day. And some of the airmen were debating releasing canisters of, it's like liquid nitrogen in its gaseous form. I guess gas nitrogen. Just nitrogen. Something into the air, because they were talking about creating like a cloud of cold pressure to quickly force all the rain down and clear the clouds. Apparently this is a thing that they do. I learned later at another Air Force base that yes, they release clouds of non-toxic gaseous material into the air to quickly condense clouds and clear the runway. It does work. It's wild. Cool science, right? Air Force Reserves PT would get canceled. So we were hanging out at the flight deck and no one could fly. And it was like, they were like, guys, there ain't no way we're gonna clear this. I think it's just gonna rain all day. And it was a very rare day where our captain, like our unit commander, came out of his office. And it was always a magical thing because unit commander is like the stoic dad who has no facial expression whatsoever, but he is secretly very musically talented, and he's like the Von Trapp family dad. He has musical talent and he could play the guitar. So he would break out his guitar. Your wings. Hi, Tomo. You can't fly in the rain. Flying in the rain's hard, homie. Hi, One Clone. Welcome to D. Okay, so what happened was he brought his acoustic guitar out because, hi, Miss Kitty. How you doing? Hang on. Don't look at me like that. I'm streaming. Like one of my travel buddies came back. Miss Kitty, why are you skulking? Okay, you're not a travel buddy. You're fine.
Hello, Kitty.
Hello, Kitty. You guys hear that? It was Miss Kitty. Kadita. Hi, Tucker Slay. Welcome to D. It's an honor to make your acquaintance as well. You are witnessing a PND. The Wi-Fi is horrible here, and my internet is just dying because it's a bad connection. You did have to have Miss Kitty. Jakerus, a combination of Jake and Icarus. Oh, that's cute. I like that. Welcome back. Thank you, Mobile Jad. Mobile Jad, I'm pinning that. And if my pin doesn't go through, could one of the mods please pin that message? Because that is perfect to explain it to people. Darn you, hotel adjacent internet. That is her catchphrase. Who loves Kitty? Okay, so on a rare rainy day while we were downrange, Big Daddy Commander breaks out his acoustic guitar and he decides to serenade us. Well, not really. He doesn't sing, but he can carry a tune. He doesn't like to sing, and he's very good at playing guitar. So he just starts playing some random acoustic pieces, and someone was like, hey, can we do you mind if we request songs? And Commander's like, absolutely, we're gonna be like this forever. So everyone gathered up and Dad's got his guitar and all the kids are hanging out in the bunker. You have a locomotive in your gamers named Miss Kitty. It is not bad. I find that funny. And no, I'm not on data. I'm on bad Wi-Fi. I'm on bad hotel adjacent cabin wannabe Wi-Fi. So, you sneaking? Don't give me that look. Go ahead. You can leave. I can't hear it. You're fine. Sorry, my travel mates are trying to stay out of the hotel room while I'm streaming. In Dr. Doofenshmirtz's voice, "Curse you, hotel no-tell lord adjacent internet!" So he breaks out his guitar and he's like, yeah, go ahead. So people start requesting songs. He's like, oh no, I don't know that one. He plays a few and then someone requests Girl from Ipanema. And I know all the lyrics to that song because I was a vocalist for the Army Ball. For one of the Army birthday balls, I got to sing the national anthem and a few lounge songs. I was part of the entertainment and I was like, oh, I know this one. Do you mind if I sing along? So I did. And everyone just like went dead silent. I was enjoying the vibe and I was very scared by the end because like everyone was just dead silent. And then at the end of it, like he stopped playing and nobody said anything. And I was like, what? And they were like, D, we didn't know you could sing. They were like, no, man, you were like really good. You were like really good. I was like, okay. So then afterwards, they were like, hey, do you know this song? Do you know that song? And they started requesting things and I became like the jukebox from the evening. And I was like, yeah, sure. I figured it didn't do any harm and it kept morale up. They had a good time. And then, of course, because no one has any news and they're all a bunch of gossip girls down range, the next day, while we were flying, one of the soda boys hits us up over the radio and says, so, hey, is Curly Fry, you flying today? Are you our data engineer? I was like, yes, I'm here. What you need? So we heard you can sing. Will you sing us a song? And I'm like, not on main channel. And then, I kid you not, 3 seconds later, the SOTF commander for that team is like, go to channel 6. Just immediately sets up a new channel. And he's like, channel 6, we're on air. Angel in the sky, let's go. And I was like, you all put me on the spot, over. And they're like, can you sing us a song, Piano Man, even badly, over? And so this then became a regular thing. Every time D was flying and every time I was in the air, they're like, oh yeah, we got Angel in the sky for the next 6 hours. I got orders to sing. Oh man, it was good stuff. And I sang a lot more for like, what's the word, morale. We had a really bad mission that went down. Oh my god, this was mid-May. Yeah, mid-May we had a really bad mission. And I say bad because we lost a lot of guys. Horrible things happened. And the worst part about it was it involved civilian casualties. And we all had mixed feelings about it. We all wanted to do something about it. But the commander made the right decision. Had we actually moved and done something, it would have been all over the news and they would have called us, you know, a bunch of murderers. It was bad. It was bad in May. So I sang a lot more after May because it took our minds off of that and allowed us to focus. And we were always ready for the break, return to channel 1. And main channel was where we were getting our orders, and everyone would snap back to it. Sky and Barbarian Flight Entertainment, no! We would all join in for the halftime, though. When we were halfway through our flight and about to high five with the next aircraft that was taking over the shift. This was just tradition. Every time it was halftime, what's it called? You knew I served, but did not serve. I did. I was active duty for 8.5 years, and I deployed. And I'm talking about AFK. We are scuffing. We are in the janky mountain want-to-be location. But so what's his word? May was scary. I sang a lot more just for morale. And it just became a regular thing. That and then the halftime song. Everyone in my position was staffed by several different people, and we rotated flights. Every one of us had our own tradition for the halftime song. So when you were halfway through your flight, it's usually the, whoa, we're halfway there, whoa, halftime's in the air, halftime in the air. We were just a bunch of dorks, and some people would be like, you know what time it is? It's halftime. They were a bunch of weirdos. And halftime was also the time when, what's it called? There was this one warrant officer, Chief Wilson, who he would make sandwiches at the mess hall before we flew. And he would wrap them in foil, and he would put them on top of one of the stations inside the aircraft, because it was always blazingly hot. And so they would cook while we were flying, and by halftime they were always ready. So if you were on a flight with Chief, he'd be like, halftime's up, it's sandwich time, boys and girls. Oh my god. The stupid little things that we did to keep ourselves entertained.
Hello, D.
The stupid little things we did to have fun while we were deployed. There was a lot of darkness, but there was also a lot of silliness. Wisdom was requested. I don't have reverb or my cute little sound effects here, so imagine doodly-doodly-doo, and then reverb. Internal Revenue Sphinx wants to know, each time that I hear your stories, I am more and more proud of you, and more thankful you made it back. This world needs you, D. You are a blessing. My wisdom, my seek is... Because you're going to say you didn't ask a question. I miss you already. Wait, it didn't tell me what your question is. It didn't tell me, Internal Revenue Sphinx, what's your question? It didn't tell me. You did too many words. That was your wisdom requested, but I could not give you wisdom. Hi, welcome to Skill issue. All the guys would have some words for the idiot who told me that I didn't have the right voice for singing. I mean, when you think about the space that we're in right now, I would agree with it to some degree. I don't believe that I have, like, the pop star idol voice that most people expect from VTubing. I have a very chorus girl adjacent, almost opera voice. Not opera trained, but it is very choral. My little sister Fee has said I have a high fantasy voice, and I think that cuts it. It is not pop star. You would never be a true VTuber idol, but I have a high fantasy voice, and maybe with that I can take you on an adventure. Oh, do you know that we miss you already? I miss you too. I miss not being a PND and giving you the PowerPoint experience. Don't make me. Tell them all when time allows and your workflow allows. I want to make more music with you. Do I have any? No, I don't have any on this laptop. I made a whole bunch of random music that I'd love, like a whole bunch of little funky beats that I want to take apart. but I've been using an online song building tool and it doesn't export the parts. So they're all just janky and really badly mixed together. New school baby. You're too sweet. I help keep up the morale. I needed it too, though. I needed it too. Singing makes me feel better. On days where you just can't, music seems to help. On days that I recognize that I don't actually have anyone that I feel comfortable talking about my trauma with locally. I do have someone I talk to through the VA, through the system, but that's like what, once a month? Once a month I get to talk about how things hurt and how they're like, you're still with us, that's a good thing. And I'm like, yep, still here. Things get easier, but they don't go away. Thanks, Mobile Jen. You were showing Goddess off to some friends. It is an amazing song, Tomo, and you created that instrumental, which is absolute fire. VA is a hit and miss. You're correct, J-Nerd. I need to be financially responsible. Yes, I'm doing my best. The only big money I spent so far on this trip was a new swimsuit because I forgot. You're just grabbing your Beyblade. Get that Beyblade. Still alive, check. Yep. Aperture science. We do what we must because we can. Still alive. I want to make more music, but music is expensive. So I need to learn how to make it myself. I'm sorry, not. Or otherwise. Ah, Trucker Swanson, thanks for the sub. TTS might not kick on, so I will be DTS for you. Happy 2 months, D. I'm digging the comfy sweater, and the bell collar gives you plus 100 cuteness. Thank you! This lovely outfit was brought to you by my amazing art mum. She calls this style Kewd. K-E-W-D. Which, according to her, stands for Kawaii Lude. Can you crowdfund my music? I mean, technically, if I put it up there, you could. But I'd feel bad because we literally just had a subathon. And I don't want to ask you for more. We literally had a subathon, you guys. I don't want to ask for more. No, don't get your wallet. Put your wallet away. You are about to lose adult money privileges. Don't make me take your adult money away. Tomo! You want to jingle the bell? It is very cute. Did you know that there's a program out there you can integrate with VTube Studio, which will play sound effects when certain parameters are triggered? So I could link it up so that it does make the little bell go ding every time it like wiggles. You get to fund my music. It's true. I actually have one new song that's in progress. It should be done before the mid to end of this month. What's up, Jedi Leader? Something you thought when times get tough, no matter how dark a situation may be, says Jedi Leader, there will always be a light, no matter how dim, to guide you out of the darkness. If you can't see it, don't be afraid to ask someone for help. That's a good point. Aw, Soggy Goat, thank you so much for the 5 gifted. I really appreciate it. I took your money privileges away, Rainbow. That's true. You can't be trusted. You and your Bemis are a threat. That sounds so wrong if I say it like that. You and your Bemis can't be trusted. You know who else can't be trusted with adult money privileges, Rainbow? You killed the stream with subs. This is what we mean by you're not allowed to have adult money anymore. You just keep breaking stuff like my stream. Remember, cuties, Dee said she'd take your adult money away. That means... No, it does not mean giving more is okay. Could be. Cease. Does not mean it's okay. No. Give it a moment. It's trying so hard to catch up. We might be back. Oh, you goobers. Thank you so much. I'm happy that I streamed today. I was in a very bad mental place. I was so thoroughly triggered because my friendos took me to a loud place with screaming children. I hate that I ruined something, or I feel like I ruined something that was a precious childhood memory for them. But I needed quiet, I needed peace, and I needed a little bit of chill on today of all days when I am not in a good space. And I felt like I had stressed that enough, but I need to be more cognitive of the fact that I have to be hyper-specific with my current travel companions. Thank you for being here for my little talk.
Cody!
Hi, Roderick. I'm glad that I decided to stream today because it made me feel better to get to chat with you. Yeah. I'm gonna do my best to actually relax. The next few days are gonna be hard because I won't get to talk to you. Please don't forget me while I'm gone. Please. Don't forget me. Don't forget me, okay? I might miss you like a lot. Okay? No forgetty spaghetti. You'll see the Tuesday. And the best part about the taking this time to rest is I will rest my voice too as much as I can, and that means I can get back to making more music and doing more regular karaoke streams in the future, because I would love to keep practicing and build my vocal fortitude. Gumpy, shut up. Oh yeah, I should take pictures of the swimsuit. I will, when the network is better, I'll come back and share pictures from my trip. I will hopefully be going to an actual hot spring spa, so I'll take pictures there, and I'll get some cute swimsuit pics. Not of Dee in the swimsuit. Nope. That's for a future unlockable. IRL pics are unlockable. But I think I'm gonna treat myself to something nice. Nothing a nice little sweet treat doesn't fix. Your Discord alert was late? Oh, it's okay. I tried to tweet before stream too, but my internet connection is so bad. The only thing you missed was Dee reminiscing about my military adventures and why today causes me mass amounts of trauma. If you donate money to Dee, says Kumi, your bank statement will remind you that I exist every time you check. Okay, facts. However, you could also wake up one day and go, who's this Dee that I donated money to? Who is this? Who is Dee? And then you could feel like you were bamboozled out of your money. You love military stories. They were the sad, violent kind, though. But I did tell the story about how I got the name Sky Angel for providing radio entertainment when I was on flight operations. So I did both ground-based operations and airborne. And I was also an instructor while we were deployed because I was very good at doing my job. And they were like, Dee can teach them. Dee will teach the new flight ops. So I did both. And so I told the story of Dee getting her nickname for Sky Angel and Curly Fry, which was my call sign for the longest time. So when people would radio into my aircraft and they needed to ask me for something, instead of calling my station, they would ask for Curly Fry. They'd be like, Curly Fry, this is Unit 302, come in, Curly Fry. Was I a drill sergeant? No, I never went out for drill. My friend Nadia did, though. She was one of the first, or the few female drill sergeants that came from our unit. She wants to be the first sergeant of the Army. She's still in now. She's great. I did get to sergeant, but the issue was I was so good at my job, and one of the Air Force tech sergeants was the one to point this out to D. I was so good at my job. Whenever oh, thank you for the tip. I can't see the message you sent, but thank you. I was too good at my job. They kept, what's it called, shifting me to teach new flights, and they never sent me to a board. They kept saying they would send me to a board when I was downrange, and then they were like, oh, we'll do it when we get back. But when we got back, they had a remote position they wanted D to go and handle, and I was like, I'd really like to promote. Hard to forget the Sphinx tax. Your mom aunt used to be a sergeant and she was in the military. It's not much different from a manager position. Too good to be promoted to paper pushing. They wanted to keep me teaching people. That was the issue. Is I trained some very good operators, and they didn't want to lose a valuable instructor, because the moment you get promoted, you have a whole different task set, and then you have to go. And then you get to go for your lovely NCO training. But it's okay. When I came back from deployment, I returned to a unit and a new first sergeant who hated that we weren't doing ground operations. I had a very poor first sergeant when I returned. He split the unit into us and them. And the them was people who were forced to work in a skiff and continue a remote version of the deployment operations that we left behind. He called us lazy, Cheeto eating, and a whole bunch of other horrible things. But it's like, First Sergeant, we're literally staffing a 24-hour mission. We don't have enough people here to take regular PT breaks. Each and every one of us worked a 12 or 13-hour shift. It was insane. And I was so upset with how they treated us. I did not want to re-enlist. Yuck is the polite way you can put my feelings about that. It was not cool whatsoever to come back to a unit where all I wanted to do was... I felt like I had so much unfinished business when I came back from deployment. I felt like there was still so much that I could have done, that I wanted to do, and it felt empty. And a lot of members that came back from deployment succumbed to their own different varieties of PTSD and otherwise. I was very lucky. I had an amazing roomie, and when we redeployed to the States, I was stationed in the Great Place, Killeen, Texas, and so that was my final duty station. And the barracks rooms there, you have they're almost apartment style living, but not really. There's a shared bathroom, you each get your own room, and then there's a tiny pseudo kitchen space. And I had an amazing roommate. She was the one who literally threw the Hunger Games books at me 2 weeks before the movie came out. And she said, "D, shut the F up. Don't Like, put down whatever the hell you're doing and you need you to read these books. I kid you not. She full on chucked the books at my head. One of them hit the back of my head and I'm like, holy crap, woman, stop throwing books. This is valuable literature. And she's like, shut up, dude. I need you to read these because we're going to see the movie. She's amazing. I love her dearly. And when I returned from deployment, like, she had redeployed 4 months before me. Again, I was in an accident when I was deployed. It wasn't an accident, we were attacked. And I was thrown out of a helicopter, and I smashed into a concrete barrier, and I healed downrange. You're an introvert, you're in TDY, you had your own kitchen. Hey, nice! You could just stay in your nice, cozy little hidey hole. Sometimes that's nice. We're in the military, we can take it, shut up, pick it up, and read it, pretty much. Oh, man. It's just a hunk of wood. So she chucked the books at my head. I did read, like, the first 3 books before the movie came out. It was great. Hunger Games was awesome. But I came back, and I just started, like, disassociating from everything after our wonderful Air Force counterparts kept trying to stay in touch with us. And our unit commander was like, you guys can't keep an open Merc chat with the Air Force. They got their own task. And I'm like, we were like, First Sergeant, these are the folks that we deployed with. We're all still working the exact same mission. They didn't care. They didn't care. But they were all going through, like, post-deployment group therapy together. And we were told to shut up in color and get back to work. And I want to say it was 2 months, 3 months, maybe 4, after we returned from deployment, that I just wasn't right in the head. I had been sleeping horribly. I had all these nightmares, and I would wake up in, like, cold sweats, and, like, I tore up a sheet. I had this sheet, and every morning when I woke up from these nightmares, I would tear a notch in it. And it was absolute ribbons, and I couldn't remember why I was doing it, but something about, like, the sound and the sensation was grounding me. So I woke up from an extraordinarily bad dream one day, and I just flipped out. And I don't remember what happened, but when I came to my senses, my barracks room was a mess. I broke a chair, I smashed a window, I had a bookshelf that it looked like I had kicked a boot through, and standing in my doorway was my roomie. I'm gonna call her Miss N. Miss N was like, hey D. And she walked up and she took my hand and she's like, buddy, you're coming with me. And she walked me to, we had like a behavioral health resource, and she stayed with me the whole time until I finally got to talk to somebody. And she's like, it's not okay that we all had to go through what we went through and that we had to do some of the things we did, but there's no reason for you to keep it bottled up. She's a great battle buddy. Yeah. I got invited to her wedding a few months post my military service, and when I started getting ready to leave, she headed to California, and she got out of the military a little bit before I did, and she sent me a postcard and it was, things get better, I'll see you on the other side. And like, we followed each other on social media for a while. She's doing a lot better. We all sort of found ourselves several years outside of the military when we came terms to stuff. It was really weird because when you reintegrate with like civilian life, it feels like everything has changed, but what you don't realize is you are the one who changed. Yep, when you're at your lowest, the only way is up. It was very weird to look at the way people lived their life and to have a completely different perspective on Why are these things important to you? I didn't need this to survive. I didn't need these things to be happy. And I took a job that brought Dee home from the military because I didn't want to deal with that first sergeant anymore. They wanted Dee to go green to gold so that I could be an officer. Because I had my college degree, but I had gone enlisted because my second family, we'll call them that, growing up, they were all enlisted and they were a big influence on Dee. And I had promised my dad that I would finish college before I went into the military. Otherwise, I would have joined sooner. And yeah, I am doing a lot better, Jedi Leader. I did not want to lead soldiers that I had no idea what they were going through, and I still stand by that. I would never have traded that experience because I don't believe you can lead when you've never learned how to follow. And I took that mentality into the civilian world, and it served me very well. I am one of the 3 youngest people on the planet to have a certification that I do. I learned very quickly, and I don't want to say I mastered a skill set, but I was good enough to teach it. Lieutenant D! Maybe in another life I stayed in and I took that big fat deployment job that was both triggering, but it paid a lot of money. And this, the part that you are all now involved in, my VTubing journey is the first thing that I've ever done in the years since the military and before that for myself. I have finally branched out and tried to do something that genuinely brings me joy. Maybe you take nothing from this, but I hope if you take something, that it'll be that maybe it'll take you a couple of months, maybe it'll take you years, but you absolutely, with work pointed in the right direction, you can do the things that bring you joy. And it's gonna be okay either way. You're a firm believer that a lot of money isn't worth the job. That is a hard truth to stomach. Something that brings you joy, what is it? Streaming. You know why? I've worked in a technical field for 9 years in and out of the military, and I've never gotten to do something so incredibly creative. You don't see it here because I'm limited by my technology, but being able to create things, to show you a scene, to give you a story and an experience. Making music, making overlays, crafting creative new ways to attempt redeems and to bring us a little bit closer to a more interactive medium. I love how boundless the possibilities are in this space, and I've never been happier. Merca has a tradition of sacrificing your physical mental health to earn money. Yeah, that. I think we are all slowly getting to the point where we can look at our lives and go, what I'm doing now might make me money, but it's not worth my happiness or my sanity. I got a story for you. It's not a back in my day story, but I feel like it fits this analogy the best. So, there's an old fisherman. Not super old. Let's say he's in his mid-40s, early 50s. And he's a fisherman. And every day he goes out on his little boat and he fishes. And whatever he catches, he brings back and he sells at the market. And then he takes that money home, gives a little bit to his wife so she can get groceries or something nice for herself. And they enjoy a cozy little life together in their lovely little house. Thanks, Trucker Swanson, for the biddies! As long as I get my regular dose of the Sphinx, I'm good. says DTS. You know this story? It's a good analogy. And he's living a pretty happy life. It's a very simple life. And then one day, a businessman comes to him and he's like, "Hey there, sir. I heard that you have the primary fishing permit in these here waters." He's like, "Yes, sir. Yes, I do. What can I do for you?" "Well, I wanted to know, why don't you take some of that money you get from fishing and like put a little bit away at a time? What, you could buy a bigger boat. And then you know what you could do with that boat? You could catch even more fish. And you know what you could do? You could sell that money, you could get a crew, and eventually you could enterprise and you could make a fishing business. And then you would have so much money that you wouldn't have to work. And you could come home and you could enjoy life with your wife and just be nice and comfortable. What do you think of that? Wouldn't you like that?" And the fisherman looks at this businessman and he's like, "So, you want me to work myself half to death to build an empire just so I don't have to work anymore, so I can live the exact same life I'm living now?" And businessman was stunned. Businessman was like, "Oh, well, I mean, like, you'd have all this money, you'd never need to work." And he's like, "But how many years would that take? How long would I have to live in life where I'm working day and night and I never see my lovely wife and I never get to spend simple time with her? No thanks. I think I'll enjoy the life I have." Take that, businessman. I know we need money to survive. I hate it. However, I think we are all capable enough of finding a job that is just that, a job. I once dated someone. He was not a very good person, but he left me with a fairly good bit of advice. I'm now convinced it was not his advice, but I'm going to pass it to you. You can be the kind of person with a career or the kind of person with a job. You really only get those two choices. The person with the career is looking for a way to work in one way and one way alone that you pour your whole heart and soul into. You climb that social ladder, you build yourself up those ranks, and you build all of your skills in the skill tree for that one position. That's a career. That's going to be your life. And then you can be a person with a job. The person with the job makes just enough money to survive and have a little bit left over to do the things that you love and the things that bring you joy. Some of us want to be career people, but it doesn't have to be for everyone. You can just be a person with a job. Rainbow found that recently. I'm so happy for you, homie. I know that your previous job was treating you like crap, and all the overtime they had you doing is ridiculous. I'm so excited to hear about your new job, and I hope they treat you better than the last place. That last part, some people can't tell a job from a career. It's true. We've been conditioned, Tachiko Makuro. We've been conditioned that we have to be career people. Nah, you don't. I know this one's hard to actually absorb into your mental faculties. Big words, I know, but I have glasses on, so you can trust me. I am smart girl with glasses. You don't have to work until you die. You can just make enough. Sure, it means you won't be able to buy the biggest, fanciest cars, but that's okay. Sure, it might mean you have to take up a little bit of gardening so that you grow some of your own food, but then you'll know what's in it. You know, the capitalistic markets that we pay into today came about because the Industrial Revolution was a time when companies said, hey, we can save you time and money by doing it for you. Well, with the prices the way they are today and how much they pay for time, it's no longer saving us either. honestly, if you picked up those skills yourself, grew a little bit of your own food, start with a single pot or a couple of herbs along the windowsill. There's a bunch of incredibly apartment-friendly planting things. Yeah, it means you don't get to enjoy some of the nice, tasty treats of capitalism, but it also frees you a little bit. You will become freer one bit at a time. You had to be let go because it was around the start of COVID. Ugh, big oof. Wisdom was requested. Keto Kato wants to know. You like my mouth sound effects because I don't have my soundboard. However did D get so wise? It is because D grew up in a very scary position. And D had to grow up very fast. So D had to become perceptive faster than the average being. And this perception builds wisdom. I have lived a very long life in a short amount of time. As weird as that one sounds. But all of my experience has helped me grow. Every bit of hurt, every bit of help, all the tears and all of the laughter. Everything helps you grow. D is only as wise as the amount of experience I've gained and allowed myself to learn from. And that is D's wisdom. The world would be better. People who own 90% just live with enough. Yeah, right? How to get so good at dealing with people trauma? Practice. Practice, Lilith. It's hard to deal with people. People are complex, emotional, ape-adjacent beings. None of us is easy to live with, and none of us is easy to handle. Every personal interaction you'll have will have different give and take. And it's about setting the boundaries of how much you are comfortable giving without sacrificing self. People hurt you only as far as you let them. And the best example of this was actually a social experiment done in 2018 by, what's his name, Richard Ackelson? I don't remember his name. There was a psychologist who did this experiment in a high school. And he had these kids stand up in front of a group of their peers. And they had a group of their peers insult them. And then they were like, how did this make you feel? And they were like, really bad, because I care about these people. Those are my friends. And you told them to, like, tell me I look horrible and that I smell funny and that they think my opinions are not based. And then he's like, all right, friends, sit down. Friends go and sit back down in the audience. And then he turns on a video. It's like an old projector video of these random businessmen and women in an office doing the same thing. Like, they're like, oh my god, I hate the way your hair looks. Or, geez, really? You decided to wear that today? What the hell's wrong with you? Just a bunch of random adults giving you insults. And the guy's like, how did that make you feel? And the kids are usually like, oh, I don't know. I didn't feel anything. I thought they were being kind of weird for saying that. And he's like, why do you think that is? They're like, because I don't know them. And he's like, exactly. You don't care about what they have to say about you, and you don't care about their opinion because they don't matter to you. Opinions of others will only matter to you and will only affect you if you care. Don't care about them, because people who would treat you that way are not worth your time, no matter how much you want them to be. I know that's easier said than done, But like, that is the base fact of it. People who treat you in a way that you would never treat someone else, those aren't the kind of people you want to give your time and attention to. Your attention and your time is valuable. Don't waste it on people who wouldn't give that much effort back to you. Yeah. People are ape adjacent, except for D. I am cat adjacent, this is correct. The phrase that always comes back to Kumi when you hear about megacorpos making X trillion in profit is, growth for the sake of growth is the ideology of a cancer cell. Ooh, that's a good one. You are correct, because cancer cells just grow and evolve and mutate, and there are cancer cells that are normally occurring, like in the body, but the ones that decide, I'm just gonna go ape and bonkers, and I'm gonna explode, I'm gonna eat everything, and I'm just gonna keep growing and keep growing and keep growing, those are the ones that kill us. I like that. That's a good one. They grow at the expense of killing everything. Yep. Eventually, when we all stop playing into the big system, which literally just starts by freeing yourself and going, I don't have to buy these things or these simplicities. I will treat myself a little less often, but still treat myself well. Or I will buy the ingredients and make it myself, because then it's not only a treat you get to enjoy, but it's a treat that you learned to make with your own hands. Might not be perfect the first time you try to make it, but that's why we try. The more you try, the better you get at anything. We gotta build more homes. We don't have enough electricity and clean water for homes. But we can't stop building homes. Growth! Well, there would be more energy if they'd let people all have solar panels and mini windmills at their houses. I am here for a solar punk future. In the dystopian future where we rebuild using green energy. Maybe it can be a future. Maybe we can make it so. Late stage capitalism. Fail. Pain and suffering. Well, I am hoping that the next few days you can take some time to yourself and think of ways that you can be better for you. The world is not going to treat you better. You've got to treat you better. And I hope, because you are one of my cuties, I hope that you will treat yourself well. If you can't do it for yourself, then do it for me, because I would hate to see you treating yourself badly. I think you would want the same for D. I don't want to take this break, but I know I should. And I will do my best to come back well rested and ready to rickety-rackety rock next week. I hope you won't forget me while I'm done. I've become Dawn the Sphinx instead of D the Sphinx. While I'm gone. Since he's been gone. Please breathe. Okay. Proof that the industry never cared about the environment. Facts. Oh, thank you so much for the follow. I'm so sorry for the new members of the community that have followed on a very bad internet day. I will be back next week from the mountains. and then we will have all of the post subathon reward streams. They will cry and scream and we will play horror games. We'll play games together. I need your help choosing a skeb, and I will show you all of the pictures from my trip. Be the Sphinx! Be the Sphinx! Be the Sphinx! She can't talk. Something about donks. But that sounds like a really bad word. I swear it's not, okay? What rhymes with Sphinx? Nothing rhymes with Sphinx, except for the music type funks. But that's just funk without the S. We added the S, but now we're in distress. Geese who honks, Sphinx who sphinx. It's like a really bad Dr. Seuss book. Ooh! But if you watch, then we will soon increase our stonks. That's a good one. Vacations are for resting? Okay. I'm gonna go get myself a tasty little treat, though. And then I will rest. We are about to end, Slick Ninja. I am PND, streaming to you from the mountains where my internet is horrible. But I will return. I'll be back on Tuesday. A little under than a week, okay? I'm not gonna eat bird seed. Shoosh. I should have a cookie and some hot tea. I really want some hot tea because resting and streaming do not go hand in hand together. It was wonderful to get to spend time with you guys. Aw, French Muffin! Thank you, French Muffin, for the gifted subs. I really appreciate you guys. And talking to you made me feel better. I was super trauma triggered today. And I don't really have a way to express that here while I'm on a trip with friends. What kind of tea? I'm gonna get myself either some hot green tea or a hot herbal tea. I think that's a good way to wind down. You're watching a movie and had dinner? Oh my goodness, wonderful. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. That sounds great. Maybe I should do that. I should turn on a movie to drown out any other sound that might happen today. That's what I'm gonna do. Get a sweet treat, go swim in my cute new bikini, which I will share pictures of, and then Brandon, and then and then I will go and
Headbutt for D.
have a good relaxing fourth, to not feel sad, to put the sad aside and be happy that I am still here. I would not have met you all otherwise. Noise cancellation headphones. I really should get some good ones. I will only be sharing the photos of the bikini. Aladdin would be a great one. Ooh, I'll see if there's any good Disney movies out. Do you guys have good comfort movies? Honestly, my most comforting comfort movie used to be a Tinkerbell movie. It was The Never Beast. Emperor's New Groove is a great one. I also like good old 80s and 90s movies that are kind of trippy but make you think about stuff, like The Dark Crystal, Labyrinth. Old Jim Henson stuff just hits in a strange way. Early Disney movies like Rescuers, that's a throwback. Or really good anime movies. Throw out some Studio Ghibli. Thank you, Archaic. I will be safe. I'm gonna do my best to try and rest and save my voice so I can do more karaoke. Billy Madison, yes! Tucker and Dale? I don't think I have. Right, Rescuers Down Under. The moment I think Rescuers, I hear the song, Rescue Me. Yeah. The movie you watched was Inside Out. Oh. Despicable Me 4? I don't even know if I saw Despicable Me 3. Dang. Old comedy movies. History of the World. Oh my goodness. Or the good old Tenacious D movie, The Pick of Destiny. Jack Black is a national treasure. Protect that man. All dogs go to heaven? Oh my goodness. Maybe we could do a watch along when I come back. I would love to watch some nostalgia movies with you guys. I think I would do it with the Discord though. Like primarily in the Discord. All dogs go to heaven? Yeah. Double feature. Alright, cuties. I'm gonna set you free. I don't know if I can raid from my setup here without it freaking out. Let me see if it'll let me. If I open a browser window, will it die? Let's see. Ooh, please don't die. Ooh. Oh, she trying. Oh my god. No. The stream is dying. We must find a cutie to raid. Stand by. The stream is dying. I'll miss you until I come back, cuties. Do not forget D. I will return. I will return Tuesday. Oh my god. Everything is freaking out. Ooh. Ah. Ending. We are so lag. Lagging so bad. It's because I opened a browser window. I open browser and everything dies. This poor laptop. Oh, Cyrax is on. My favorite bug. The cutie bug boy. Let's raid Psy. Oh wait, Meltwater's on. I don't know how much longer they'll be on for. Ooh. There's also Tsuki, Orca Tsuki. Being adorable. Okay. How about... Let's go raid Cheese. Cheesecake! Bye, Tomo. Let me go to the ending and see if it'll save some resources. To the ending! Wah! We are still so lag. But I'm going to set you free. And we will raid into Cheesecake. Thanks for keeping me company, cuties. Grab your raid message. And I will see you all Tuesday. Ooh. So much lag. Have a happy 4th. Or as much as you can. And I'll see you all next week. Okay? Have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye! Boop. Thank you for the boop. Let's go, Ring Cheese! Enjoy this adorable moth girl, who is just as on fire, personality-wise, and being a super hot girl, as well as her model looks like it's on fire. Bye, cuties. The raid is beginning. The raid is beginning. Prepare to raid. In. Will it let me click the button? Bye.